Geometry, review video, number 5. And this one I want to talk about the protractor postulate. And the whole idea of angle measure. And these will be very similar to the review problems 34 through 39. Angle measure. Okay, so if we look at the protractor problems, you notice we had a protractor illustrated. I'll try to do the best I can to draw this protractor. Here's the center of the protractor, and there's various rays coming out. This one has a coordinate of 39 at point B, and this one comes out about like this. It doesn't have a coordinate labeled. I'll probably have to find that. That's C. And this one comes out and has a coordinate at 123 at point A. And lastly, there's a ray coming out here. No coordinate listed, but this is point D. And we're asked to find some certain pieces of information. Okay, so the first part of the problem, number 34. Number 34 says find the measure of AOB. What I would do is start from A, go to O, and then go to B. So this is the angle that we're looking for, this blue one. And we notice we have the two coordinates, and the protractor postulate says those number differences will measure the angle. So a difference, we have to subtract 123, and we're going to subtract 39. Okay, so hopefully we can do that. There's 4 and 8, 84 degrees. Okay, so number 34 will say angle AOB is 84 degrees. And get in the habit of putting the little degree symbol there whenever you measure angles. Okay, number 35, find the measure of AOC. Okay, so let's find A. Here's AOC. Well, this is obviously part of the blue one. The blue one we said, let me do that over here in blue so we can sort of keep track. AOB measured 84 degrees. And then we're supposed to find AOC, and it does say then AOC that ray OC, this ray right here, bisects, and the word is bisects, right? Cuts into two equal parts, bisects angle AOC. Okay, so that's sort of nice. That tells us that this angle here is half as large as the blue one. Okay, and we already know the blue one. The blue one was 84. So that means the red one, angle AOC, is number 35. Angle AOC is half of 34, which is 42 degrees. Okay, so that's not too bad. Now, the next thing we have to do is find the coordinate of OC. So we're looking for this number that would fit out here on the protractor. What's the number on OC? Well, let's see. We already know this is a 42 degree angle, and we know that these differences have to be 42. So we'll take, remember this is problem number 36. We'll have to think, the coordinate that we're looking for, let's call it X instead of asterisk. There we go. So X and 123 subtract to give 42 degrees, right? Because number differences measure angles. Now, looking at the protractor, you can sort of suspect that the numbers are going to be getting smaller as you go this way. Here's 39, here's X, here's 123. So it looks like when we set up our little equation, we want 123 subtract X to be 42, right? So X is going to be 123 subtract 42, and X is going to be off to the side if you have to, 123, 42, so there's 1 and 8. X is going to be 81, and that's the coordinate that will fit here, okay, 81. Just as an aside, a nice little check here, because these two angles, the red one and this green one, are exactly the same. Remember, OC bisect the blue one. This should also be 42 degrees. I'll put a question mark there. If you subtract these two numbers, Do you get 42? And if you try that, you'll say, yep, sure do. Okay, so we've got the right answer to 36. Okay, 37. Find the measure of AOD. Let's see, let me get rid of some of this green so I can pull up a green marker. AOD. Okay, AOD. So we're trying to find out how big this angle is, AOD, given the fact that AOD and AOC are complementary. Okay, so number 37. We know that AOD and angle AOC are complementary. And you should know that definition. It means add to 90 degrees. Add to 90. Okay, so we already have figured out AOC from the earlier part. Okay, so AOC, this red one, we knew was 42 degrees. And so we have to come up with this green one. Let's call it X just for a minute. That's AOD. And the answer has got to be 90. Okay, so that's not too terribly hard. Just go ahead and subtract 42. So X works out to be 48 degrees. Okay, so 37. Measure of AOD is 48 degrees. And I'll go ahead and put it up here in our little diagram. AOD is 48 degrees. Okay, the coordinate of ray OD. So now we need this number. But again, remember when we subtract, we're supposed to get the angle measure. So where can I go? Let me go over here. Take away some of this. Okay, so we have X, and we're going to take away 123, the coordinate, and we're supposed to get 48 degrees. So X is going to be 123 plus 48, and what's that? 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, so 171 will be the coordinate over here. And let's just go ahead and put that in there, 171. And again, you should always check. Remember, if you subtract these right here, you should get 48 degrees. 171, take away 123. Okay, so we have 8 and 4, sure enough. Okay, so that's a good one. And the last question about this protractor problem is, would it be correct to say that ray OC, here's ray OC, OC is between ray OD, here's OD, and ray OB. Is it between it? And the answer is yes. Okay, so 39, we can say ray OC is between ray OD and ray OB, and the reason is because I'm going to have to look at the protractor postulate. The coordinate of OC, which is 81, is going to be between, right? It's going to be, let's see, smaller than 171 and bigger than 39. So the coordinate of this ray right here is a number, and it's between these two. Okay. So now we know. Remember, when we say between, we don't mean it has to be exactly right in the middle. That's the bisect idea. Between just simply, if you were to add up these angles, right? If you were to add up this angle here and this angle here, you would get the large angle. Right? So the coordinates, one has got to be between the other two. Okay, let me go ahead and stop this guy right here. Hope you're studying well.